Hi, and welcome to a new video. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm afraid this is going to be a long one because I do have quite the plans, but I'm very happy that you chose to watch it anyways. My name is Elisabeth. I'm from Germany. I like to knit, to sew, to get creative. And this video, we're going to make a quilt, and not just a any kind of quilt, but a very special quilt because it's going to be for a very special person. My best friend from school days is getting married this summer, which is so weird because honestly, I don't feel like we're old enough to be allowed to marry. Like, obviously, we are, but we're still so young, and it's weird, like, knowing that the friend that you grew up with, who you knew as a child, is getting married now. It feels so grown up, so weird. But I'm really happy for her, and I think it's going to be a beautiful wedding. And I've been thinking a lot about what I wanted to give her as a present because obviously I wanted it to be something special because she is a special friend. Um, and after some thinking, talking to people, really being in my head about it, I decided, okay, I'm just going to make her a quilt. Because I think it's quite traditional to give quilts as a wedding gift. And I think it's also very nice to give something handmade that she can keep for decades and that they can have in their new home. And yeah, something really nice, soft, and something I'm going to put a lot of love into. So I hope she will like it. She does not know about it, it's going to be a surprise, which has been quite a challenge because it's so hard to choose colors. Like, I knew what kind of design I wanted to make. I can show you a picture here. I wanted it to be pretty simple, not too extravagant. First of all, because that's just not her style, and also because I wanted to be able to make it in a pretty short amount of time. So the wedding will be in July, and now it's beginning of May. So I really only have like 2 months to make it. I think it will be fine, but it would not be fine if I made like a super intricate design with lots of small pieces. So yeah, I decided to go for something pretty simple and straightforward. Um, yeah, and I hope she's going to like it. But it was really hard to choose colors because obviously I know what colors I would choose for myself. Colors I'm into, colors that fit my interior style. And for me, it's mostly like very vibrant, fun colors, maybe, but also maybe some like spring colors, you know. But my friend's not like that. She's more into moody neutrals, I would say. So it was hard to find colors for another person. But I think after some, yeah, adjusting and struggling and being unhappy with decisions, I've settled on something that's quite good. I ordered some cotton poplin fabrics, and I think I ordered 6. And I was only happy with 4 of them. Um, no, I ordered 7. I was happy with 4 of them, so about 50%, which is still good. But then I went into my stash. I found 2 other fabrics that I think are going to be nice, and then I bought another fabric in Berlin last weekend because I knew that I was missing something. Um, I will show you a little b-roll of the colors on the side. Um, I think they are pretty. I think they're going to be very neutral, but very nice. I'm still unsure. I do have this yellow fabric. I'm not sure if I want to add it or not, but I think I'll just have to see. I think I'll just start putting together colors and blocks, and then I can decide if I think the quilt will need some more color, something more bright, to really make it pop, or if I'm happy with a very basic, moody color palette. Yeah, that's the plan. I will have to start making this quilt pretty soon now because time is running, but I was thinking that I could start pressing my fabrics today, because like ironing them, because they're all a bit like crinkly from the wash. And then I will start cutting stripes and sewing them together over the weekend. Let's see how it goes. Hi, welcome back. Sorry, I'm a complete mess, and the lightning is bad because it's in the evening. My eyes are super swollen because allergies are acting up, you guys. It's no fun at all. But here I am sewing on my quilt again. I've actually I've cut a lot of strips of fabric, and then I've attached them like this, and then also like this. So I have different versions in 3 different color combinations. And it's such an up and down with this project, really. I'm so unsure about the colors. I think they're a lot better than what I started with, and I really do like these color combinations. But I'm still a little bit afraid that it's going to be too millennial beige, which can be cute, but is not what I'm going for. But I think I just have to continue. I don't think it's going to be bad. But also I'm just kind of doubting if this even was a good idea to start with. Like, would you actually be happy to get a quilt? Like, is this just something that's in my mind that I think like, yeah, obviously quilts are super cool, but now that I'm thinking about it, if I would not be like making them for myself, would I actually really love that? Or is it just like a random thing? I don't know. Is it just a thing among people who are very craftsy, who can appreciate these things? Or will my friend just have to be happy about it because she will know that I spent a lot of time on it, but actually she won't really know what to do with it, or she never really asked for it. So yeah, I'm a little bit in my head about this whole project maybe. And also this week was so crazy. I started a new job, and I will start another job on Monday, and I'm also doing uni and going on trips and stuff like that. So life is absolutely crazy at the moment, but in a good way. But this also means that I have really little time left in like my everyday life to actually work on this. But at the same time, I still think that I can actually finish this quilt in the time that I have left. It's around like 1.5 months until it has to be finished, because that's when the wedding will be. I just realized I don't even have a dress, so I will have to work on a dress as well, but that's probably for another time. Yeah, but I think I can do it if I work evenings. I am on a tight schedule, but possible if I keep the motivation up and keep working on this. Yeah, I think that's the update I wanted to give you. And I think I'll have to stop now and go to bed, or I will just make really stupid mistakes while cutting these strips. But see you soon, hopefully, with a new update. again, it's been, I don't know, 3 weeks or something since I last worked on my quilt. I don't know why this is happening, like why I keep working really intensely on this quilt for a period of time and then I just stop fully. And it's just really hard to motivate myself to get back. Um, but I think that's just, I don't know, my workflow maybe, which is really stupid because it's really hard to make a lot of progress and to keep on schedule, but that's how it's going. Right now, like I finished all these smaller squares. Now I'm making even bigger squares out of these middle-sized squares by attaching them with single color blocks. So this is like a real quilt block, and then I will attach several of the pieces that look like this together. Yeah, I think I've made 8 of these so far, which is quite okay. I think I calculated that I need around 30, so that's kind of okay progress, and I have a lot of time to work on this today and maybe also like in the evenings this week. But we'll have to see. Like I've started this job and I really have a lot of like really not a lot of free time since then. And working the evenings can be hard, especially if I've had like a full day of uni and work and then I'm just exhausted and can't be bothered to sit down and sew because that also takes a lot of concentration and sometimes my brain just can't deal, which is totally fine. But as I said, the time is kind of running out. It's beginning of June, mid June maybe, and the wedding will be in July. So I think I have about a month or so left. Yeah, and I kind of want to be finished early because I'm going to leave to my parents' place about a week before the wedding. I mean, I could potentially work on the quilt there, but it would be kind of stressful. So I'm hoping to finish this by the end of the month. Um, yeah, and I think my goal for today kind of is to assemble all my squares. I have a calendar up there with all the dates put in, like, and my deadlines for this quilt. So today I want to finish all these squares, which could be manageable. And then by the end of next week, I want to assemble the quilt top, which also does not sound too bad because as soon as I finished all these bigger quilt pieces or the quilt blocks, it's just going to be like sewing straight lines. So I could do that. And once the quilt top is finished, it's only like assembling all the back fabric, the batting, and the quilt top. So I mean that does take a lot of time or some time and concentration. So I should not underestimate that. But I think I could still make it. Fingers crossed. And I'm still not 100% sure about the look of my quilt. I mean, I'm more happy with the colors now. I think they are cute and nice. Um, and the layout is also nice. It's a bit chaotic, but I think that's not too bad. I mean, I can try to show you a picture here of how it's looking so far. Um, I think it's nice, but not perfect. And I don't know, but I don't have time to go back and do something different. I don't even know what I would do differently to make it perfect. So I hope my friend will just be happy about it. And I'm gonna go through with it now. I think it will be nice and hopefully she'll be happy about it and she'll like it. Yeah, something else I wanted to say, which has made me a bit, I don't know, emotional just now. I've been like, whilst I've been sewing together all my quilt smaller squares, I've been watching this Netflix show, The Quilters, because I thought it would be kind of fitting to combine those two. And shit, I underestimated how, I don't know, how emotional I would get about it. If you don't know it, you should definitely watch it. It's really good. It's like 30 minutes or something, a documentary about prisoners in the US who sew quilts for children in foster care. And it's so beautiful. Like they put so much love into these quilts, and it's honestly so impressive because some of those people have never ever sat at a sewing machine before, and they make these gorgeous quilts. I don't know, I'm so impressed and I feel kind of intimidated because I now feel like I have to be better at what I'm doing here, because they are so good and they put so much love and appreciation for detail into this. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm just sewing and saying, it's gonna be okay. I don't know. It's really, really good. And I don't know, just I got a bit like, it was so sweet seeing these people sew them and feeling the love from the children who get those quilts and getting appreciated for what they do. It's so, so nice, but also so terrible, the system in the US in general. I don't know, but the like justice system and social system, like I would never, never, ever want to end up in a prison in the US. It's not like, obviously, neither in Germany or in any place. Prison is not a fun place to be, but it's so, the way the people are treated and the way they have to be scared. I don't know. It's just terrible. I don't understand how you can let people live like that. They don't deserve that, even if they did terrible things. And also, the children in foster care, I don't think they have a very good life. And yeah, kind of sad, but also really also sad to see. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of it makes me emotional watching this documentary, but also really nice. Yeah, and that also made me think about just fiber arts in general and how much I love them and how valuable they are for society and for, I don't know, it's a really, really great thing to be part of fiber crafts and that these exist. And I think they deserve a lot more appreciation than they do. I recently was in a museum, about an art museum, and in the museum shop they had a book that said kind of like women in arts or something. I just picked it up. I don't know. I looked through it, and I was expecting to see like female painters and stuff, but it was very much dedicated to women creating art in every day with fibers, like knitting and embroidery, sewing, also quilting. And I was so, I don't know, surprised to see that, because I feel like this is such an undervalued art form, because it's been mostly been done by women and kind of like in everyday life, taken for granted. But it's not, it's hard work. It's really a lot of creativity going into it and love and care. And it really is art. And I don't know, I just feel so proud to, in some form, be part of this. Yeah, and I think it's also very political and feminist to be part of this quilting or like this fiber community, I think, or it should be. And I'm very proud of that. And I think it deserves a lot more appreciation, especially people who do this as their livelihood and not just as a hobby. But even as a hobby, it's more than that. It's not just a hobby, it's art, and it's so cool, and it connects people, and I really love that about it. Okay, enough. I don't know. I had kind of this urge to, yeah, rage about this a bit, but I think I should get back to actually sewing this quilt that I'm going to put even more love and effort into now that I've had all these thoughts about quilting and fiber arts in general. And it's so nice that I can make something out of love for another person with my own hands and my time. Yeah, that's art, but can also be used in more practical ways. Yeah, it's just in general a really, really cool thing. And I'm glad to be able to kind of take part in this in some capacity. Okay, see you in the next snippet of me just blabbering on about stuff. It's the same day, just a few hours later, and things have taken a new turn. I've I've sewn quite a lot of squares. I'm still not done. I'm missing 8, so yeah, more than half done, because I figured I don't need 30, but 21 or something. My original plan was to make a 6x5 grid, but I realized when laying the pieces out that I don't have enough material to make those. So I've regrouped and now I'm doing 4 by 5. So yeah, 20 squares I need. And I have 8 left to make. I don't think I can manage it tonight. It's already 9 p.m. and I have 1 hour left until my sewing day stops, because I'm not allowed to sew after 10 p.m. I've made that rule for myself, but also because that's when quiet hour in my dorm starts, and I don't want to annoy my neighbor with my sewing machine noises. So 10 p.m. it is, and I don't think I can make 8 squares in 1 hour, but that's fine. I can finish it over the week. But what I've realized with finding out that I don't have enough material to make a 6 by 5 blanket is that it's going to be pretty small, and I don't want that. I wanted this quilt to be queen size, so to fit on a queen size bed. So ideally be 2 meters by 150 centimeters or something. But the way it would be now is 130 centimeter by 160 centimeter, which is still not small, but it would probably only be big enough for a twin size bed or something. Yeah, so I was a bit bummed out about that. But then, and also I was still not quite sure about the layout, because it's nice, but it's very chaotic, as I already said. But then having it laid out here on my floor, I can show you like this. And then I grabbed in my stash, or I have my leftover fabrics lying here in the corner. And I realized I could supplement with the white fabric, because I have a lot of white problem, because I thought I was going to use that a lot more and I did not use it at all. So now I'm thinking that I'm going to kind of frame my squares, so add small kind of thin lines of white fabric strips in between each of the squares. And I think that could look cute, expand the quilt a bit, make it bigger, and also make it less chaotic. I talked about this with a friend, not the friend that's going to receive the quilt, but another one, and she was very pro this idea. So I'm feeling confident about that, and I think it's going to fix all my problems, or at least partially fix those problems. Yeah, that does require me going back to cutting fabric again, which I hate. But yeah, it's only going to be long strips, so I think it's going to be okay. I'm a bit worried about my schedule, because I'm not done with what I wanted to be done with today. I can finish it over the week, and I think I'm just going to push all my to-dos further, a week further. What I wanted to be finished with this week will be finished next week. Next week's plan will be the week after, and so on. And I will still be done by the end of the month. So fingers crossed, everything will work out. Hopefully it will look good with the white, and it will be a bit bigger. Yeah, I think that's how we're going to do it. Do you want to know something crazy? Well, look at this. My quilt is finished. Oh no, my quilt top, I mean, it's finished. And I'm so glad I went for the white stripes in between. I think it looks so much better, less messy, and it made the quilt a good size. I think, it could still be bigger, especially wider, but nonetheless, I think it turned out really well. I'm really glad with the decisions I made. I was in my head for quite some time, and I still think it's not the most perfect thing I've ever done or could have done, but it's good. It's really good, and I think my friend will love it and appreciate it, and that's the most important thing, and I'm really proud of it. really happy. But I think I'm gonna call it a day for today. And then over the next week and next weekend, hopefully I will manage to do all the quilting, but we'll see about that. I'm on a really good timeline now, so I'm just really excited about how this whole thing has turned out so far and will be turning out. I just sewed the 2 first lines of quilting on this quilt, and it's so scary and so exciting, but I'm glad I've arrived at this stage. I just lost a needle. That's not good. Whatever. Let me show you where they are, if I can find them. Here. This is like, I sewed one in each direction, like the middle quilting seams, so that everything is a bit more secured. And then I will work from the middle outwards, first in one direction and then in the other. I'm just doing a normal, like, square grid. Yeah, I'm doing that to avoid like puckering in the fabric, so that I can like smoothen it out to the sides. Yeah, this is, you can see this line pretty well. Like, I decided to go with one line in each of these wide sections. I will do that, but first it's this. This is the middle of the 4 squares, down here all the way, and then the other way around, it's through this one, through the middle square. I have 5, so this is the 3rd one. You can see it here, I think. Yeah. And so they meet down here. You see the cross? Like here, droop and droop. Yeah, so that's what I've done so far. It's always a bit tricky sewing a huge quilt on my tiny little home sewing machine. She's not made for doing these kinds of things, but we can do it together. I have made a quilt before, which is a bit smaller than this one, but not too much. So I'm confident that it will be a bit of a struggle, but totally manageable. And I mean, I already did the 2 hardest seams, like with the most fabric in the sides. So I just need to continue, and it's so exciting. Like, if I do it big, I think I could finish quilting today, but like, probably not. It's already like 4 p.m. on a Tuesday, so probably not, but maybe this weekend, which would be really good, because then I would be in time, and I'm excited. I really, really like how this is turning out. Have you seen the back? This beautiful fabric. Don't know if it quite matches the front. Well, kind of. I think it's not too bad, but it's very beautiful. I think she will love this. Exciting things. Also, please don't judge the way I'm doing this. This is my 3rd ever quilt, and the first one where I feel actually kind of confident in what I'm doing. So I know that I'm probably doing like a million things wrong. Everything I do is self-taught at quilting, so probably there are a lot of better ways or more official ways to do stuff. But what I'm doing works fine for me right now, so I'm happy with that. I think it's going to be a good quilt. Not perfect, because, you know, it's handmade, and also I'm not a perfectionist. I'm rather sloppy, so but I think it's fine. It's going to look cute and beautiful, and my friend's not gonna notice imperfections, and if she does, she has to deal with them and she has to live with them. It's a handmade quilt. But yeah, just what I wanted to say, like, if you see me doing things a wrong way, or you'd say, why doesn't she do it this way? Well, it's just because I'm self-taught. It's my 3rd ever quilt, so please be kind.
But this would be different. She'd be expected to interact, draw character. She hadn't done that.
Remember when I said I didn't think I could finish quilting this thing today? Well, here we are. All the lines are sewn, everything is done. Took me like less than an hour, so I don't know how and why I was kidding myself with my time illusions. God, it feels so good. It's done. I mean, I still have like finishing touches to do. I need to trim the edges and add binding, and then I want to add a little patch on the back like this, you know, cute and a bit hidden, where I will embroider the names of my friend and the new husband, as well as the dates of the wedding, to kind of like make it a better memory. But like the biggest parts are done. There's no way I will not finish this by the date of the wedding, which is in like a month, 3 weeks maybe. So it feels crazy. It feels so good. It's like such a relief, a weight lifted off of my shoulders, because I can actually finish this week and be done with it for good and focus on other things. And there's like one less thing on the back of my head that tells me like you have to do stuff, and I can, like, when I'm at home after work and uni, I can just relax. Nothing that I have to do. It's incredible. I'm so happy. But I will continue working on this today. We'll see when I'll be finished with it. It's exciting.